This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Stick around later in the video to learn more on how to hone your creative skills. It's been over 7 months since Final Fantasy XVI was first revealed to us during the PS5 showcase. And during that time, we've heard very little about the development of the game outside of the game's producer, Yoshi P, say that the game is progressing well and will be out sooner than we think, and that the next info reveal is scheduled for 2021. But let's be honest here, we have no idea what that means. It could mean late 2021, but knowing Square, it could mean 5 years from now also. But knowing how the game seems to be using the same engine as Final Fantasy XIV, this is a bit of a different situation from Final Fantasy 15 and KH3, as they're not developing an engine for this project or switching midway through, so those shouldn't cause any delays. It kind of went under the radar, but Square did officially launch the Final Fantasy XVI website, which had a ton of information on it. And by a ton, I mean it's a freaking lot. No trailers or anything, just words and backstory. I know that most people probably don't want to read all of it, so no worries, this video is going to go over everything that we've learned so far from the initial trailer and from the website, so all my information comes from those sources. They'll be linked below if you want to check them out for yourself, but if you're hyped for Final Fantasy XVI and ready to learn more, show me some love with the like button and subscribe if you like it when a deep voiced man talks about video games, because most who watch my videos aren't actually even subscribed. It's totally free and you can always change your mind if you start to hate me. And with that, this is Final Fantasy XVI. Final Fantasy XVI takes place in the land of Valisthea, where the great Mother Crystals reside. The Mother Crystals are crystal mountains that reach to the skies and tower over all realms near them, blessing them with ether, an energy that conjures magics to allow peaceful and comforting lives to all those that it touches. For lifetimes, people all over the world come to observe them in person, hoping to get more direct access to the blessings they offer. Though over the years, powerful nations have grown near each of the Mother Crystals, and after generations of a somewhat uneasy peace, the peace now begins to break as blight spreads throughout to destroy these nations. Though within each of these nations exists an Archon, these being the most powerful creatures in all of Valisthea. But the thing about each of these Archons is that they lie within a dominant, a single man or woman who is blessed with the ability to utilize the insane powers of the Archon. Depending on the nation, some of these dominants are treated as royalty to show respect to their strength, while in others they fear them and are forced to serve as weapons of war. This shows the inescapable fate of dominance, whether it be a kind or a cruel one. While we're still early on, let's talk about these important characters for this story. While we don't know much about many of the characters who will appear, we do know a bit about the 3 of the main cast. The first of which is our protagonist, Clive Rosfield. Clive is the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria. Because of him being the eldest, all expected him to be the one to inherit the Phoenix, the Archon of Fire, and become its dominant. However, the fates chose his younger brother Joshua instead. With this coming to pass, Clive dedicated his life to the sword, and at 15 years old, he won the ducal tournament and was dubbed the first shield of Rosaria, being blessed with a fraction of the Phoenix's fire. Now it's his mission to guard the Phoenix with his life. However, thanks to the interference of the mysterious dark Archon known as Ifrit, Clive's career as Rosaria's shield spirals into a quest for revenge. Now we're told a bit about Clive's younger brother Joshua Rosfield, who we know was chosen to inherit the Phoenix instead of Clive. He's the second son of the Archduke of Rosaria and is 5 years younger than Clive. Joshua awoke as the dominant of the Phoenix soon after his birth, and despite being brought up in nobility, he treats the citizens of his father's nation with love, and as you'd expect, this goes to his brother as well, who he deeply admires. He doesn't understand why him being the frail and meek one of the two was blessed with the Phoenix's inheritance instead of his brave and strong older brother. He even goes as far to say that Joshua will quail at the sight of a carrot on his dinner plate. Though in the end he's caught up in a tragic event that comes to pass, which seems to imply the event in which the Dark Archon Ifrit arises. And finally we have Jill Warwick, who was born in the fallen Northern Territories. She was taken to Rosaria for her to become a ward, which would bring peace to the warring nations. However, the Archduke of Rosaria insisted on her being raised alongside his sons, Clive and Joshua. Years later, she is a trusted confidant to the 2 brothers. Now, as of making this video, this is all we know regarding the main characters. However, most of the biggest information we got was the story and lore of this world, which will obviously play an immense part of this game. But before this, let's go over the lore from our sponsor, Skillshare. No need to let me know, I nailed that one. Skillshare is an online learning community where you can choose from a multitude of creative processes to develop or strengthen skills in. There are thousands of different classes to take from extremely talented individuals that will help you get better at your selected craft, whether it be for creative writing, graphic design, music, you name it. This month, however, I recommend Logo Design for Beginners by Jeremy Murrah. It's insane how important brand identity is when you want to stand out from the ever-growing masses. Going over the lessons with Jeremy, I felt I gained a renewed sense of appreciation for all those who go on day after day constructing a single image that can one day impact millions of people. And I think what helped this whole learning process for me was that Skillshare was made specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads to interrupt your lessons, and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. And it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. So for less than $10 a month, you can become a step closer to where you want to be. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity today. And much love again to Skillshare for the sponsor, and now back to Final Fantasy XVI. Alright, I've done a lot of talking about these nations that play a big part of this game and yada yada, so let's talk about what these nations are and what role they play. First up is the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, the home of Clive and Joshua. Generations ago, a small group of provinces in western Valistia found that strength in numbers is a power that should not be underestimated, as they later used it to form the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. After many years of being relatively prosperous, the duchy is now threatened by the blight that is poisoning the world. If the blight goes on without being destroyed, it could consume the entire realm. Rosaria's mother crystal is known as Drake's Breath. It lies on a volcanic island off the coast. The dominant over this nation is Phoenix, the Archon of Fire. In this nation, they are enthroned as Archduke when they come of age. Next is the Holy Empire of Sambreki, which is the largest theocratic force in all of Valistia. The holy capital, Oriflame, was built around Drake's head, the mother crystal that blesses the surrounding provinces with tons of ether. The people certainly take advantage of this arrangement as they live in comfort and security under the Holy Emperor's protection, the Emperor being someone who they worship as the living incarnation of the one true deity. The dominant of this nation is unknown to us, as the website purposely has a smudge on the names of a select few of the upcoming dominants. What we do know is that they serve the Empire as its champion, and that they take to the fields when times of war are present. The next one is the Kingdom of Willowed. It claimed the entire Ash region, which is half of the entirety of Valistia. Many of the orcs and beastmen that live there have tried to overthrow the kingdom, but the once again unknown to us dominant has always quelled their consistent rebellion. The king utilizes the power of the kingdom's mother crystal, Drake's Spine, to raise an army that can test their strength against neighboring lands. After Willowed, we have the Dalmekian Republic, which is made up of 5 individual states from which the members of its ruling parliament are drawn. This kingdom uses the power of the mother crystal known as Drake's Fang, which is half hidden within a mountain range. The control the Dalmekian Republic has over it and its ether have secured the obedience of southern Valistia. The dominant of Titan and Archon of Earth is appointed as a special advisor to the parliament and has a great say in their decision-making process. Following the Republic, we have the Iron Kingdom, a small group of islands off the coast of Storm, which lies to the west. In this nation, the Crystalline Orthodox, a religion that worships the crystal, reigns over all. Under control of the Iron Kingdom is the mother crystal Drake's Breath, which has led to a long-time source of contention with the aforementioned nation of Rosaria. Because of their isolation from the mainlands, the people of the Iron Kingdom, the Ironbloods, speak their own language. According to the Orthodox faith, the dominants are unholy monsters, and if they are born on the islands, they will be executed. Lastly, we have the Crystalline Dominion, which sits at the core of Valistia, and was constructed around the tallest of all the mother crystals, Drake's Tail. Over the years, tons of deadly battles were fought over the control of this island for its strategic importance, until the realms finally agreed to a truce. According to the peace treaty, the islands surrounding Drake's Tail become an autonomous dominion led by the Council of Representatives from the surrounding nations. This way, each realm could enjoy equal claim to the Mother Crystal's blessing. This dominion has no dominant. But with that, this is all the info we really got regarding Final Fantasy XVI. We can expect before 2021 is over that we'll get more major news regarding the game, maybe even a release date. Fingers crossed. But after all this, what do you guys think? Are you intrigued by the approach this game is taking? Or does this seem like something that as of this moment, you're not too keen on? Let me know down in the comments below. If this video helps you learn a bit more than what you knew before, giving this video a like and sharing it on social media or with a friend would really mean a lot to me. If you want more video essays like this, subscribing will make sure you never miss another thing again. Thanks for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember my warriors of courage to stay strong, stay beautiful, and always look skyward.